Assalamualaikum and good day. We are Group Q and today we will present on school management and administration for the course Sociology of Education. We hope our presentation will be informative. Let me start first. I will explain about our introduction and problem statement. Let's go into our introduction. 1. Importance of school administration in educational organization. Administration and management are key to the smooth operation of educational institution. Without proper management, the overall functioning of the school is disrupted, affecting both staff and students. It forms the backbone of the education system in any country. 2. Leadership in school administration. The school principal acts as the main leader, supported by school staff and teachers. Together, they have formed a structured administrative team responsible for executing the school vision and mission. Their leadership ensures all functions are coordinated and effective. 3. Theoretical perspective. Griffith emphasized administration as a behavioral pattern in all organizations, while Drunkel described it as a crucial resource. Administrative structure in school. A school administration includes the principal, hem and co-core teacher, subject committee teacher, and student. Each play a specific role that contribute to the school daily operation and long-term goals. Number 5. Link between school and classroom management. Effective administration at the school level positively affect classroom practice. Teacher can manage classroom better when the school system support them through proper planning, discipline structure, and resource allocation. Number 6. Research approach. Our group conducted interview with the principal, school staff, and 3 teachers. Each respondent answered 6 structured questions focused on challenges, solutions, and suggestions regarding their administrative or teaching role. Number 7. Key focus areas of study and the final reflection. We designed specific questions for each informal group. Management-related question for the principal, administrative task question for the staff, and classroom management question for teachers. These provide a well-rounded view of school administration. We, as a future educator, must appreciate the importance of school management. It is our responsibility to contribute to the improvement of educational institutions and ensure the sustainability of quality education in our country. Lastly, in conclusion, strong school administration lead to successful educational outcomes, which help elevate the national education standard to global levels. Now, we go to problem statement. The first problem is common challenge in school management, like discipline issue, teaching motivation, classroom diversity, and limited resource. One of the major challenges in school management is student discipline, which can disrupt the learning environment if not handled properly. Number 2, improvement strategy. Professional development, improved communication, and better time or resource management. To overcome these challenges, school can conduct regular professional development programs to exchange teacher skill and motivation. Importance of collaboration. Success requires teamwork among all stakeholders. Ultimately, addressing school management challenges is not the responsibility of just one group. It requires collaboration among principal, teacher, staff, student, parent, and even the wider community. By working together, identifying key problems, and applying target solutions, school can build a more effective and supportive educational environment. End of this section. Bye!
Now we move to project objective. We interviewed 3 staff members from a primary school, teachers, headmaster, and clerk, to understand their roles and challenges. Teacher. The teacher shared that managing student behavior and meeting academic goals are the biggest challenges. Every student is different, so the teacher needs patience and flexibility. Patience and good classroom management are key to success. Headmaster. The headmaster is responsible for school operations and staff supervisions. They motivate teachers by giving recognitions, offering training and celebrating achievements to maintain a positive work environment. Next, we move to school clerk. The clerk handles the school finances, including budgeting, recording transactions, and preparing reports. Their work ensures that the school runs efficiently within financial limits. We move to method of data collection. Research method. We use qualitative approach by conducting semi-structured interviews with teachers using Google Meet. It was flexible and practical, especially considering teachers' busy schedule. Online interviews allow us to talk to them during evening or weekend without disrupting their work. Saving time and cost. Face-to-face interviews will need travel, venue setup, and printed materials. With permission, we recorded the interviews. This helps with accurate transcription and deeper analysis. Using an interview guide also keep the conversation structure. Next is method of data analysis. Teacher's perspective, student behavior and support needs. The teacher shared that managing student behavior is one of the biggest challenges. Teachers are expected not only to teach, but also to guide students, manage discipline and support emotional needs. All at the same time, many teachers feel they don't get enough support or resources for this. This shows the importance of regular training in classroom management and better support from school leaders. Next, we move to the headmaster. Highlight how important leadership is to a school's success. A good headmaster enforces rules and manage operations, but also motivates teachers and build a positive work culture. Recognizing teachers' hard work helps keep morale high and improve job satisfaction and student performance. Leadership sets the tone for the entire school. Next, we move to the clerk's perspective. Financial and administrative realities. Many schools face financial problems that make it hard to maintain the school and buy learning materials. This affects how well a school can run. Strong administrative support is crucial to back up teaching and leadership efforts. Next is the bigger picture. Interconnected roles. These interviews show that all roles in the school are connected. Teachers, leaders, and clerks rely on each other. For example, the teacher's ability to teach depends on leadership, support, and good resources.
This study focuses on how teachers manage classrooms and conduct teaching and learning sessions effectively. To support the findings, interviews were conducted with 3 teachers, Cikgu Najla, Cikgu Bika, and Cikgu Anis. According to Angjit Eng, classroom management means handling T&L effectively and controlling student behavior. Albert and Trotman defined it as managing time, space, and resources. Meanwhile, Hipkart explains learning management as the process involving planning, control, and leadership for changing student behavior. Effective classroom and learning management helps teachers plan, organize, and lead more efficiently. It also creates a better environment where students can learn without distraction. However, some students fail to follow school rules. They skip school, avoid doing homework, or disrupt lessons. This affects the overall classroom environment and can lead to poor academic performance. One of the biggest challenges teachers face is student discipline. Some students talk too much in class, ignore the teacher, or skip school. For example, a student who keeps chatting during lessons can distract others and slow down the entire learning process. This makes it difficult for teachers to teach effectively and for students to achieve their goals. To keep students engaged, teachers use creative methods. For example, Cikgu Najla starts her lesson with YouTube videos and interactive quizzes. This makes students excited to learn and they pay more attention in class. When lessons are fun, students are less likely to misbehave. After COVID-19, many students had learning delays. Some can't even read properly because they were too used to gadgets and didn't have enough support at home. For instance, a student might not be able to complete homework simply because they don't understand the instructions. Teachers now have to give extra attention to help these students catch up. Some parents don't accept that their child has behavior problems at school. For example, a student may act rude in class but behave perfectly at home, so parents refuse to believe the teacher. To solve this, teachers like Cikgu Bika and Cikgu Anis organize school programs that involve parents. They also speak politely and professionally when communicating, so parents are more willing to cooperate.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am Puchinor Elisha and I will be presenting the administrative challenge faced by the principal and school staff based on our interview findings. So, what is the key administrative challenge faced by the school principal? Based on our interview with Madam Zurida, Firstly, one of the most pressing issues is financial limitations. Madam Zurida told us that government allocations are often not enough, even for basic needs like repairing school toilets, buying teaching materials, or fixing the maid roof. As a result, the school has to organize canteen day and send letters to local politicians and NGO and the PTA just to keep the school functioning. But she also admits that these efforts are only temporary and not sustainable in the long term. Secondly, the school is facing a shortage of teachers. This makes it hard to prepare class timetables and ensure that each subject has a teacher. The limited manpower causes stress for the existing teachers who are already juggling a lot of responsibilities, including co-curriculum activities and reporting tasks. Third, she shared her concern about low teacher motivation. With a high workload and lack of rewards, many teachers feel burnout. To overcome this, Madam Zurida showed appreciation in small but meaningful ways, like giving certificates, offering verbal recognition in meetings, and organizing short motivational sessions such as runtime harmony on Mondays. These gestures may be small, but they help build morale and make teachers feel valued. Lastly, the issue of student absenteeism also impacts school performance. Some parents don't inform the school when that child is absent, so teachers only find out after several days. To handle this, the school conducts the Ziarah Chakna program, where teachers and even community police visit students' homes. They also issue formal warnings after 3 days of absence and arrange counseling to understand the reason behind students skipping school. So, in conclusion, Madam Zurida's experience showed that school leadership is more than just giving instructions. A principal must manage limited resources, care for teacher well-being, and solve problems creatively, all while maintaining a positive school culture. Next, I will share the challenge faced by the school administrative staff, especially the school clerk, Madam Shafika, who works mostly behind the scenes but plays a very important role. Firstly, she faced manpower shortage. Madam Shafika is the only clerk in the school, yet she has to manage many responsibilities, including the Hermes system, SPP, handling official letters, updating school files, and preparing reports. Because she's doing so much alone, so sometimes has to ask help from teachers or lab assistants, even though it's not their job. This shows how heavy her workload really is. Secondly, there are communication breakdowns between staff and teachers. Sometimes information is not delivered clearly and instructions are misunderstood. This causes confusion and missed deadlines, especially for tasks like submitting reports or updating documents. To reduce this issue, the school has started using WhatsApp group and weekly meetings to ensure all information is shared quickly and clearly. Third, she pointed out that technical problems with online systems are very common. For example, systems like Hermes or ESPP often crash or are hard to access, especially when the internet connection is low. This delay makes her task even more difficult, so now the school has started training teachers to use the system themselves to reduce the load of admin staff. Lastly, she mentioned word overload without proper tools. Most of her work still relies on manual input and outdated systems. She is expected to handle digital documentation, budget, staff data, and more, often without modern tools or proper software. This increases pressure, delays workflow, and causes fatigue. Clearly, schools need better digital systems and more support staff to reduce burnout among clerical workers.
From the interviews, 4 main problems stood out. For the first one is poor communication. Teacher and staff often experience delay and confusion because there was no proper communication system. This made it hard to work efficiently. The second one is unfair workload teachers had to manage, both teaching and administrative work, leaving them tired and stressed. Clerks also struggle with too much paperwork and not enough help. Leadership pressure. The headmaster explained that it is hard to balance the needs of the teachers, student parents, and the government, especially with the limited resources. Lack of resources. Many schools do not have enough teaching materials, staff, or proper equipment, which affect the quality of education. To solve these problems, we suggest solution 1 is better communication tools. Use digital platforms like Google Workspace or Microsoft Teams so staff can communicate clearly and work better together. Fair work distribution. Hire more support staff or use technology to help with admin tasks so teachers can focus on teaching. Leadership training. Give school leaders the training they need to manage resources and people more effectively. More funding. School should look for more support from the government community and alumni to improve facilities and materials.
Good morning to everyone. Alright, let us move to the last part of our presentation's research review finding. The first issue is student discipline problems. Teachers reported that many students misbehave in class. They make noise, didn't pay attention, or even skip school. This significantly affects the teachings and learning progress. According to Emily Durkheim, functionalist theory, schools are meant to act as agent of socialization, instilling disciplines and shaping student value. When students fail to behave appropriately, it reflects a breakdown in this social function. However, modern research such as Kidd and Wemeyer argue that students' misbehavior is often rooted in a deeper emotional or social need. For instance, some students may act out because they feel unsupported or disconnected from their school environment. Therefore, school must go beyond enforced rules. They need to create a caring and influence environment that supports students not just academically but also emotionally and socially. The second issue is unequal learning progress among students, especially during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. Students from low income or rural background had limited access to the device, internet, and guidance at home. Some even returned to school without basic reading skill. Conflict theory introduced by Karl Marx explained that the education systems often benefit the privileged and disadvantaged the poor. During the pandemic, students from wealthy families continued learning smoothly, while those without resources were left behind. But there is another perspective, positive education, which suggests that school can reduce inequality by focusing on emotional well-being, resilience, and targeting academic support. In short, inequality in learning is not just an individual problem, it's a spectral one that needs systemic solution. Next, weak parent teaching. Many teachers said that parents were defensive, uncooperative, or show little investment in their child's education. Using the lens of symbolic interactionism, this problem arises due to miscommunications and misunderstanding in daily interaction. Parents may misinterpret teachers' feedback as blame, which lead to mistrust. Dr. Rajani's study showed that while many parents attend meetings, very few are actively involved in their child's learning or extracurricular activity. Language barriers and a narrow understanding of their role in education are major contributing factors. To improve this, schools need to build communication strategies that are inclusive, clear, and parents-friendly. The last issue is lack of school resources. Many schools, especially in rural areas, face serious shortage in basic necessities. They often lack teaching material, proper ICT equipment, and a stable internet connection. There are also a shortage of support staff, which affect daily school operation. As a result, teachers and administrators are forced to use their own personal funds to support classroom needs. Administrative work is still done manually due to the lack of digital systems and technical support. According to conflict theory, this situation highlights how unequal resource distribution reflects broader social inequality. Urban schools usually have better funding and facility, while rural schools continue to struggle. This creates a widening gap in education quality between different communities. In conclusion, this study identified four major challenges in the education system. Each issue reflects broader social realities as explained through sociological theory like functionalism, conflict theories, and symbolic interactionism. More importantly, the finding reminds us that education is not just about teaching, it's about understanding and supporting the whole student. To make real progress, schools must adopt holistic, inclusive, and equitable approach that consider both academic and emotional needs.